Hello yarn tubers, happy first day of spring and welcome back to Dana's Wanderlust Crochet and the Seasonal Yarny YouTube Hop. I actually got something done for it. I love this. This is 3 balls of TL Yarn Crafts. Hello Tony. Happy Place yarn. Let me tell you about this yarn, and I loved working with this, and I just copied a very old crochet pattern to do this. I have seen, there's a long story to this. Let me tell you about that in a second. Let me tell you about the yarn first. This Happy Place yarn is Tony, and is a collaboration between Tony over at TL Yarn Crafts and Hobby Yarn. Happy Place. I used 3 different colors of the solid. And I did this yellow, this peach, and then this this off-white kind of color. This stuff is so nice to work with. If you're not allergic to wool, this is 50% cotton, 50% wool. It is a 3-weight. And I would hand wash it and lay it flat to dry. And the recommended hook size is a 5mm. And I didn't use a 5mm, I used a 4, but I could have easily used, I would have felt very comfortable using a 5mm with this. This comes in solids, and it also comes in a melange. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So stay tuned for a Happy Place yarn giveaway. But first we're going to talk about this pattern. What I did was I went to there's this old store called High School Pharmacy, and there are very few left, right? And there's one in Estacada, Oregon, and when I was in there, I don't know if I have that thing in here or not, but there was a dishcloth. It was very pretty. They charged about 20 bucks for this dishcloth, and then they also did a little scrubby in like an 8/4 cotton, if that. The pattern wasn't exactly, I mean, I shouldn't say anything. There's a lot of mistakes in this. It was easy to just fudge it whenever I made a mistake. Just keep on going with my life, because I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to show it at the fair. And $20 for 1 dishcloth and 1 scrubby. I'm still trying to figure out how that scrubby was made. And this is pretty much the pattern that dishcloth was in. You know, there was like a line of just double crochet, and then there were 2 rows of these like fan patterns just like this. And I know that I have seen that in a lot of my old pattern books and on Antique Pattern Library and in the National Archives. I have seen this over and over again. So I just sat down with pen and paper, and I figured out how many stitches I wanted because of how wide I wanted it, and I pretty much replicated that pattern. And I am very happy with this. It's a little short for a wrap because I only used 3 balls, and I wanted to see how far I could get with just 3 balls of this Happy Place yarn. And but I'm going to give you guys 6. So if you want to win 6 balls of Happy Place yarn, I'm going to talk to you about how to make this. You can make it longer, you can make it taller, you can make it fit you a lot better. As it is, it's a very light wrap, or it's a nice light spring scarf. I would use it in cooler weather. Where I drive, the big truck, cooler weather sticks around a lot longer than, say, when they've got me on these California runs. So a very light, wonderful pattern. If you're not allergic to wool, this is amazing yarn. And I think Tony and Hobby came up with a real winner. So right now I'm going to tell you how I actually made the wrap. Okay, so I used a 4.5mm hook, a great pair of scissors. I used this small chenille number 20 DMC needles. I've got them here in this case that my Clovers came in. And to get it threaded through the eye, I use these needle threaders. So these are all my supplies. Instead of writing a pattern, I'm just going to tell you how it works. Okay, so I'm going to call this the neutral stripe, and the next stripe is 2 rows in color. A neutral stripe, and the next stripe is 2 rows in another color. So I did 242 chainless foundation double crochets. Now if you get 242 of these and you want it longer, just keep adding in multiples of 6. Then I'm going to show you up here. Then this one is 3, this one is 2. Okay, so then you're going to turn your work. You're going to turn your work for every row and do with it, you know, join in, you know, with your color stripe, neutral stripe, color stripe. So for the first row of your color stripe, you're going to put 2 double crochets in the first 2 stitches. You're going to skip 2, and then you're going to put 4 between the next 2. You're going to go in between. Then you're going to skip 2 and go 1, skip 2, put 4 in between. Then when you turn your work, you're going to come back and do the same thing. 2, skip 2, put 4 in the middle of that little fan that you did before. Skip 2, put 1 in the top of this one, skip 2, put 4 in the middle. Then when you get to the end, you're going to change colors to your neutral, and you're going to do 3 in the first 3 stitches in your neutral. Then you're going to put 2 in the middle of that fan, and that'll keep your stitch count right. Then you're going to do 4 stitches in between, and then 2 in the middle of that fan, 4 double crochet, 2 in the middle of that fan. So, and then you're going to turn your work when you're done and repeat a color stripe. Now, to make this full size, since mine is so small, I'm calling each color, this is stripe 1, stripe 2, stripe 3, stripe 4. Even though these color stripes have 2 rows in them, I recommend, if you have 6 balls of the Happy Place yarn, that you can do 29 stripes. I only have, you know, up to here, but you keep going until you have 29 stripes. And if you start with a neutral and do like a peach, then a neutral, then a yellow, then a neutral, you will end up, since you started with peach here, you will end up, your last 2 stripes should be yellow and then neutral. And that will leave you enough yarn to do whatever border you want. All I did was single crochet. I turned my work, I single crocheted back across, and I put 3 in each corner. Now let me show you, because I only had 3 balls, I started doing this neutral, this last line of neutral, last stripe of neutral, and I ran out. So I finished it in the yellow. And then I turned my work and I did, I started to do the border all around in this peachy color, and I ended up just this much of it. Just that last little bit of it, I had to go back to the yellow because it's literally, this is all I had left. So I think I did a pretty good job of using up all the yarn. This is all that's left. And did I say before that when you're doing your foundation double crochets that you probably should mark every 20, every 25, or every 50? I do every 20 to help me stay on track. So that's how that pattern works. And I have to tell you guys, I love this yarn. So that's how it's made, and we have a giveaway. 6 balls of Happy Place yarn, either in the solids or the melange. All you have to do is comment down below. I think I'm going to give it 2 weeks for you guys. I will announce a winner in 2 weeks. It will be on a Monday, like not next Monday, but the Monday after. And also I'm going to link down below the playlist as soon as I have that link. If you're watching this first thing in the morning on you know, the first day of spring. I may not have that link yet in the description box, but all you have to do is click on the hashtag in the title, and it will take you to all the other Yarny YouTube, Seasonal Yarny YouTube Hop videos. You guys should take a look at some of those creations. The people I've seen in the past do this Yarny YouTube Hop have amazed me at their talent. Very creative people. I think you can get inspired to do all kinds of projects. This is hosted by the Crafty Nomad, and if you haven't checked her out, where have you been? Go and check out all the videos in her playlist, and let me know in the comments. The way to win is to comment down below. Let me know, would you make this with 6 balls of the happy place? Remember that there's wool, so don't be entering, you know, you can just mention that you have a wool allergy if you can't use wool. But if you can, mention down below, would you make a wrap or a scarf like this, or would you use it for something else? And what kind of colors? If you take a look at the links in the description box, you're gonna find some amazing colors. Okay, good luck everybody. I love you guys. Bye.